Wappum. Wappum Star. How's everybody doing? Good day, good morning, good evening, good night. Everywhere you are. Hope you're doing well. But my oh my, how the tides have changed. How the tides have changed. Mm. Diversify, I see you. What's going on? How's everybody feeling out there, first and foremost, man? I hope everyone's doing well, strong. Yeah, you're getting through your day. Um, just in life in general, man. Good vibes. Anyone else who comes through with some negative vibes, uh, uh, I pray you find some kind of relief, but you're not gonna hang out in my chat today. I don't care what type of time you on. You could be joking or whatever, but you better come correct and with respect. I don't care. I don't care. Anybody who's a moderator, someone come through disrespectful, just smoke them. You know what I'm saying? Just ban them. This, enough of all that other stuff, man. Anyway, like I said, how's everybody feeling? Because you know how the tides have changed, especially when it comes to some of this crypto stuff. Well, first of all, we're gonna start off by there's I don't know, man, on the hip hop music scene slash weird. I don't know, man. Somebody just got released from prison yesterday. His name is Max B. He was like a mixtape sensation. He was part of the Harlem collective known as the Diplomats, Dipset. He just got released yesterday from doing 16 years in I believe it was state prison. I'm not sure, but he was facing, actually he was sentenced to 75 years, and he wound up serving 16 or 17 years, and he was released yesterday. My question to y'all is this, because naturally when you come from the ghetto, unfortunately the mindset when people, family members or whatever come out of jail, the mindset is they're welcomed with open arms. People are welcomed back with open arms. Very happy, party. It's like a celebration. I don't see that for other things though. When people, they find themselves graduating from schools, they don't get the same reception. You'll see block parties for somebody who spent X amount of time in jail. You won't see a block party for someone who graduated. You won't see a block party for someone who just got a simple job. It's just so they can take care of themselves or even help improve their situation. You don't see block parties for that. But that's my question to y'all is this: like, do you think really, if you care, like Max B is gonna be successful in the music game? Because today is not what it was 16 years ago. It's a totally different day, totally different situation, totally different. And a lot of times when you have entertainers that get locked up, more often than not, I've noticed like there are more entertainers when they come out after doing whatever time served from being locked up. They come out and their music career is never the same again, and I mean that like for the worse. Like right? They never continue in a way where they left off. Only few that comes to mind. Very, very few. Pac did time. He came out and he just took over everything. Tupac, R.I.P. He did some time. Me Against the World. When that album dropped, I remember it. Then Suge got him out of jail. Got it. What, paid 1 million or whatever. He just joined Death Row, and it was just like, yo, this whole thing catapulted. But that's like an anomaly. Lil Wayne did a Bullet in Rikers Island. He came out and he did very well, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Even though he found out that Drake was smashing his kid's mom or baby moms, when Wayne got out in 2009 or 2010ish, whenever that was, he a short guy too, man. I've seen him. Yeah, this guy's short. He did his Young Money thing. Who else? Maybe Meek Mill. Got locked up, came out. Okay, was they? But like a lot of them, no. Shine came out. No, didn't continue where he left off. Who else? Uh, Little Kim did a year, and what happened to her career? My goodness, man. My goodness, man. Like it never reached where it once the its previous peak, its all time high. Who else? Who else? A few of them, man. Look at the younger guys, Bobby Shmurda and them. What happened? What happened? They had a wave. Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel had a certain type of wave, like their own thing. And yo, they just couldn't. They can't do it again, man. It's gone. I don't know what it is. Maybe their sound, their life, the drugs. I don't know. But a lot of times people go in, they don't come back out the same. So we'll see what this gentleman Max B has to produce, boy. Whatever. Not necessarily a fan like that. I'm an older person. I'm not. Basically, I'm not really defecating on him. He has talent for sure, but it's whatever, man. Look, how the tides have turned for this crypto thing on Pulse Chain. It's so obvious. You can touch the hypocrisy like at this point right now, man. It's nasty, nasty work. Drunk on Crypto in the building, Gandhi in the building. Hudso J, glad to have you. What's going on? John Lopez. Um, I talk about different things on this channel, by the way. If you're brand new to it, you're true to it. I'm an older man. I talk all about all kinds of stuff, but mostly crypto. And I just want people to win in crypto. And I've been losing very much so. I'm not gonna lie. I've been losing. Except shout out to Gandhiji. Shout out to Gandhiji. But as far as Pulse Chain, I've been losing, and it doesn't help that the leader of Pulse Chain has become a reckless recluse. Become just a reckless recluse, pretending like he's tapped in, bro. But before I get into that real quick, back to the Max B thing real quick. I don't like this cultural thing that bothers me, man, of celebrating. I don't mind celebrating people when they're down and they come out of a bad situation. But why don't we celebrate people too when they recover from cancer? or some kind of terminal illness, right? Chronic illness. They recover. They're in remission. Why don't we celebrate hard? Like have a block party for them, not only for people when they come out of jail. Why don't we put a chain around somebody's neck, right? Who just got a promotion in their job because that's an accomplishment for them because they bust their tail just to get the promotion. Huh? Why don't we have a party, a get together, a blast, as big as these parties that they have for some of these, these criminals be lifelong criminals, man. Lifelong criminals. Talk about you're gonna do good for the community because you're gonna talk to a couple kids in school. You spent all this, all these years carnage and pillage, basically peddling death in the community. Serve time, yeah, you better serve some time. And you come out and it's just money thrown, jewelry, all this stuff make you think like, yo, what, huh? People are weird, bruh. People are weird. When like kids going to school trying to really improve their situation because they don't want to grow up. Let me tell you something, but they don't want to grow up in a rough neighborhood or tired and exhausted from living in bad circumstances where your parents could barely be around you because they have to work or your parents don't get along. So you got to pick and choose who you want to be with and hopefully and pray that the other's mature enough to not hold it against you that you didn't pick them to stay with. There's a lot you're dealing with and you overcame that. You got your little GED. There's no block party for you, but there's a block party for some nondescript criminal with open arms and love. What about the people, the victims? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot, man. Like y'all, I'd be like, yo, you don't wish nothing. I'm not a street person, so I'm not gonna pretend I'm not a street person. Not a street person. That's why I'll never subscribe to the whole idea of, yo, you'll never wish certain on your worst enemy. You'll never wish prison on your worst enemy. Why not? Why won't you wish prison on your worst enemy, especially if your worst enemy is a bad person doing terrible, harmful, wicked things to people in the world? Why wouldn't you wish prison? Bad people doing bad things need a place to go. I've always said that. That's it. End of that. This is baseless, low vibration mentality of these people. Oh, you're in the street and you wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. They would wish it on you though. If they were in the hot seat, they'd wish it on you. Stop. These people fake. Anyway, we got this nondescript founder. People. Like, let me tell you, yo, it's so there's something in the air that's so thick right now, yo. Like the hypocrisy, this crazy thing, like it's slowly I could see, because I see people who were once avid supporters of Homeboy, avid supporters of RH, are questioning RH today. I see it, and I've been seeing it little by little over the last couple months. But after he dropped this sacrifice foolishness, people are just like, all right, hold up. They're like, hold up. You were given all this money. So it's either you don't have the money, you can't be that greedy in life. You can't be that super cheap and greedy in life. But he's desperate. He moves like a desperate person. He moves, I can tell you, like sometimes some people, man, you don't have to say much to pick up on a vibe on a person, man. Some people are just inclined to pick up on certain attributes certain messages, certain vibrations off someone else, especially if you're spiritually inclined. You can see somebody and understand, all right, this is somebody I want no parts of. I don't want to be around this person. My spider sense are tingling, and such and such and such and such. He's no different. He's no different, y'all. All this talking, a person keep talking. I gave myself away over the years as far as the type of person I am. I've been streaming for 8 years. And people who've been listening to me, young and old, for the duration or whatever, I think I've shared a couple things on who I am. And naturally and rightfully so. Because it's hard to avoid and be discreet, especially if I just speak without a script. I never have anything written down. I just flow. I just flow how the spirit moves me to flow. So it's too much energy to keep up an act, to play a role, to be fake. That requires too much energy. So when I go, I just go. So I'm talking, and I give you some of my life. Rightfully so. The good, the bad, the ugly, the not so, whatever. Like, I'm not a perfect person, man. And when I see certain things come up, and my intuition or my gut feeling does something for me to pay attention to, I pay attention. And it's been happening with your man for a long time. For a long time. Then you thinking, oh, let me give dude a benefit of the doubt. I can't give somebody like that a benefit of the doubt. I stopped giving him benefit of the doubt. Like, people just don't want to think. They want to make excuses for bad behavior because you're complicit and you co-sign the bad behavior. Those who are going along with this shit, pretending like this is bullish, right? In a market time period where the chain missed the entire bull. What more is left of this bull market? How much more time? How much? You can't tell me 6 more months is left. That shit dead to me. Like, as far as like bull, that's gone, done, finished, done. You can't pretend and tell me, oh no, we got 3 more months left. No, we don't. Now you're being intellectually lazy and dishonest, right? And you're straight up lying. It doesn't feel like it. I don't give a F. And I could be wrong. But I'm not going to pretend right now and be like, yo, Mr. Prove X, prove is not a provable fail. Like, dude is a failure right now, man. Just that's it. What you did, failed. What you did, failed. What you did, failed, bro. That's it. That's it. It's been a failure. Now, assess what took place that caused things to break down and for you to look like the only crypto failure this year, right? Identify what the problems were, address the issues, do your modifications, and keep it trucking. You would have garnered more respect. More respect. You still would have been, you still would have caught like the tongue lashing. Like that's you're not the only one that got a slick mouth that could talk shit to other people. He's not the only one, right? Especially when people decided to play a stupid, weird ass game. There's no expectations. But the tides have changed. The tides have changed. Wow, bruh. You want to talk about like the fall from grace? Like, to me, again, all this shit you was talking back in the days, oh, you doing this shit for glory, that was just to rock people to sleep. To lull you to sleep. Gave you the internet lullaby and rocking you to sleep so that you can believe long term and continue to be around long term so he could take as much money as he can from you and everyone else who followed his lead. Because that and on top of that, 2025, November 2025, tell you about a sacrifice he's launching. Like of all times you want to launch, of all time periods. Like, are you serious? Motherfuckers, more people are not liking him by the day. Of all the times you want to launch a sacrifice, you pick now, when none of your tokens that anybody sacrificed for performed well. You pick now, and you want to talk shit on the internet, acting like the previous sacrifice moved the market. Look at what the two previous sacrifices did by moving the charts. And then delete that text because you know you're full of shit. You pick now to do that shit again, which again, if you're going to put that text out there like that and say, look what the previous two sacrifices did for the charts. That takes away from anything tokenomics related, anything about organic anything, people buying the token because of how better it is than Bitcoin and all this shit you can do with it, and the value and immutability and value proposition and all. That's all bullshit. Only thing that helped it go to 55 cents was a pulse chain sacrifice. Outside of that, because that's what he's implying when he said that. When he said to the influencer, look what the other two previous sacrifices did for the charts. Trying to speak positive as if to go against the fact that his coins have been down and to the right for 2.5 strong years. Down and to the right. So you issuing this sacrifice now to pump, an attempt to pump your, like, this is a sabotage. Like, you just self-destructing. It's, you know what I'm saying? He's blowing himself up. Like, he blowing the whole situation up. Like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? Fork your own situation? What more? Like, this guy is crashing out. And then you come out with this proof thing. Like, yo, this guy, bro. I understand certain things. I'm not gonna talk about it on the internet though. But there's certain things, let me tell you. Most things that exist don't need to be spoken about. Many things that exist, and especially on the internet, because people are simple-minded. A lot of people, they just take everything for what it's worth at its face value and run with it. But your mans, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, like, your mans is wrecking his own situation. He's destroying with his feet what he created with his hands, yo. Like, the contradiction is crazy. It's not cool. It's like, this is how a person who received $1.6 billion in a 6-month period back in 2021, who's supposed to be leading a community, decides to disappear, abandoning the community. And people are going to say, how did he abandon? Well, look at how he's behaved. And whoever else call themselves trying to step in, look what a great, fine job they've done. Right? All the fake crypto leaders, project leaders, sacrifice project leaders, look at how they've led the community. To what? It's been 2.5 years. What have they done? What have they done? Huh? Because they don't have as much power. They don't have as much influence. They don't have as much money cumulatively, collectively, as the founder himself. and that was done by design. So whatever sacrifice you think this man talking to you about, always know he gonna make sure he lands on top of everybody. You're asking people for money in a time when no one made money with your shit. Unless somebody launched their own coin, unless somebody got the inside information on whatever bum ass project is going on. No, people didn't make money off your shit, and you're asking people for more money and see no problem with that. That's a person who's on crack. That's a person who's strung out. That's a person who don't give a fuck about common sense because they're trying to save their own ass. That's a drug addict type move. You desperate for real. You know what I'm saying? Drug addicts move stupid like that. Void of conscience too. Your shit made no money for nobody. You still trying to make sense out of it and defend it. And you asking for more money. Are you fucking crazy? Like this, you know? And the people going along with it. What does that make them? This is a classic case study situation. Classic case study situation that will be, and I think, and I'm just speculating too, but I think this needs to be studied in future academic institutions and academic halls for days to come. Academic schools of tomorrow, bro. This shit right here. Oh my goodness. Like, where do you start? Where do you start? The study, the information, the conclusions, the findings that a person will draw from this, man. Shit you'll discover, words can't even capture. This shit different over here right now, man. This is completely different. Completely. There's no new money coming in, man. Like this guy is so cringe and lost. It's the same fucking fun sloshing back and forth like a washing machine, yo. And it's been that way for the whole time. Pretty much the whole shit, man. You got these weird people that come out of nowhere that try to talk favorably about the project, and you could tell when it's not honest, when they're not real. You could tell when they're paid. You could tell when it's artificial. You could tell when it's not genuine. That's what you got going on over here. These motherfuckers are desperate. Is anybody talking about tablets right now? It goes to show you how fake everything going on in this hex pulse chain shit is right now, man. If you was expressing the scam feel and style and grift shiftiness, right, that was going on, even though they're not going to do that, right, because they're not going to expose themselves like that. But I think that shit would garner more. You want to talk about transparency? Call your own shit out and just say, yeah, this shit look crazy, man. Yo, I'm desperate, man. I'm on the run. I'm fucking desperate. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, some men want to clap his cheeks. Extortion, kidnapping, whatever the fuck. What are you talking about? Because who's gonna have sympathy? Like, think about it, like it's not about sympathy, because it's like what they say. What they say. What he said. No expectations, right? 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 Some people just flat out say he don't even have the money. Some people think like, you know, he don't even have the money. That's why he's asking for money. Because the shit don't add up. And he's under pressure. And he called it out. He revealed, listen, man, this man is not that slick as you think. Stop acting like he is a prophet. Stop acting like he's God. Because he's not. That motherfucker's mortal as mortal can be. When he said last year some shit about, oh, you bulletproof and safe, I knew some shit was wrong. Like super wrong then. And you making no sense. You making videos only showing your head, everything else is black. You don't want people to know where you are. When fucking Pulse Chain launched, his shit was looking wacky. That's when he started with that pre-recorded shit. When Pulse Chain launched, his background was some kind of weird light color, whatever, but it was just him and his face, pre-recorded. Hey guys, yeah, RH here. Pulse Chain launched and such, cringe. Like, why are you doing that? What was that? You trying to fade to black? Something happened. And you don't want to get caught. The fuck happened to his watches? See, shit is all over the internet. How discreet has he really been? Them shits you were proud of, oh, Philip Patek. Nobody cares. Nobody cared about that stupid shit. How you look talking to people about some privacy, peer-to-peer, etc., shit that people really like in the real world, bro. Motherfuckers could care less about the technical of whatever tech. Just make sure this shit works and you're not robbing the fucking people, man. But you want people to buy into shit you got going on while you have smoke with Interpol, Red Notice, Europol. Don't pretend like that shit still don't exist. And don't act like that's a good look. These motherfuckers here are so sick, toxic, mentally unwell. They'll downplay the Interpol Red Notice and tell you how bullish this sacrifice is. This is how backwards these people are. And we'll tell you we're still in a bull market. And then we'll flip it again and tell you, oh, why y'all mad crying now when you could wait a few more years? Why you can't wait a few years, right, to see success in crypto? Meanwhile, motherfuckers waited a few years already. What do you call being around since 21 till now? What do you call that? A weekend? But they could talk all this shit because a lot of them were here, right, in 20 and maybe caught a little bit of the 10,000X, right? So when you talk sideways about them, their vaginas are in pain. And they don't like when you speak it real. And they always say, oh, you a crybaby, this and that. Their coochie hurts when you speak in truth. And they don't like that. Oh, this and that, I don't know why you keep flooding your own bags. And retarded. What you mean why I keep flooding my own bag? Not flooding my own bag. What's this guy about? What is this man about? It's not about flooding bags. It's what about this person? Because what he says and does affects the entire situation. So it's about that person. It's about him. It's always been about him. You can't separate him from anything post-related. Not when he controls the majority of the holdings. So it's about dude. Not about flooding bags. It's about flooding him. Exposing him. Questioning him as an adult. As a man. As a woman. Right? Holding this fool to task. Be like, yo, motherfucker, you got 1.6 billion. We're giving to you that you told motherfuckers have no expectations of. Now you want more. And what do you think that reception is going to be? A bright person just, and it's so true. A bright person said, yo, it doesn't matter the 1,000 people that believe him. the 1,000 people that want to support RH with this prove sacrifice. The 1,000 supporters he got? Because you got 200,000 who don't give a fuck. That's real. But these motherfuckers, whoever they get in their own circle jerk, right? Their own echo chambers, and they think that they represent the whole populace. No, they don't. That's what I mean by like when people talk, update. Well, no, broaden your scope. Broaden your scope. Take shit out. Take yourself out of the situation. And if you looked at it for what it was, would you still have the same outlook? Like for real. And it's hard for people to detach themselves because they fucking like got into some kind of mental marriage with this weirdo. Seriously. It's sick, bro. It's deep, psychologically damaging, bro. It's very, very bad. Finn Bear, good to see you, man. Finn Bear say he just got home from a trip. That's good. That's dope. Yo, the shit ain't hard to tell. Like, this guy's a weirdo, man. Just like he recycled his ether in the AA lobby time period to do what he had to do to pump the market and pump his chain. First of all, some Godwell or Godwell made a moves in March of 2020. So what? That Godwell was probably him. And if it wasn't him, so what? What did he do with all that ether he received, huh? That he was really recycling. And that shit was already identified, noted. I remember with that crypto wealth exposed that shit. Many people exposed that shit back then. Hell, I think Gandhiji exposed that early in the game. Like, of course. So did Saint. A bunch of people exposed that shit to pretend like it's not him doing anything. Or recycling, when they asked him, yo, what the spirit of decentralization, where's this shit you got going on? What he told the people on DLC. I was there. Or he said, oh, y'all can suck a D, y'all can suck a you, baby, infantile, baby. You resort to name calling when you can't answer hard-hitting questions. They're not even that hard. It's just a simple question that he just didn't like. You know? And it's true. Last week, different outlets were putting out information about how SAC funds are moving. SAC funds are moving. SAC funds are moving through Tornado Cash. Oh, really? And it was just so convenient, right? So convenient. While SAC funds are moving through Tornado Cash, the dude issues a tweet. So a launch is about to take place. Be excited like I am. I'm excited and weirdo, all in the same week. And then after that tweet, it's hey, privacy, new sacrifice. I don't care about what the play is either. Like some people think, oh no, he has to have, so in order to show that a group of people are receiving coins, and to avoid security laws, you got to have the sacrifice ICO shit going on. And no, you don't. Or if you do, I don't have to participate. Like I'm not. And I feel great saying that, and not feel a way about it either. Because this motherfucker moves like a scammer for real. Like he's a scammer for real. Right? He's already said it, man. Like noobs, you need to be scammed by the best. This dude posted shit like that on his own social media. And motherfuckers can't see past anything. They just wish the best. They're just so fixated. So fixated on dude. But just like your protege, his protege said recently, how do you fight speech that you don't like? The way to fight speech that you may not agree with is with more speech. I agree with that. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna keep speaking my speech. Because this shit ain't right. And I don't do this shit for clout. This is like, I'm a regular person, bro. Like I work a job. I got into crypto because I saw it was a way to even the odds. Even the odds. But this guy thinks it's a joke. He plays games with people and thinks it's cool and thinks it's fun and thinks it's okay. He plays games with people. He doesn't know what it is to be responsible for other human beings. He doesn't know what it is to protect and provide. Because if he did, you think he would carry on this way? I always say that. The man is not a man. He's not a father of any sort. So he doesn't understand the duties involved. He doesn't understand the responsibilities that are required to be a responsible man, a responsible father. Protect your loved ones and protect your kids. He's void of that. He don't have a clue. And you motherfuckers are grandparents out here chasing this motherfucker. You're following this dude. You're following him. He need to be following you. And showing you what it is to raise your progeny, to raise your life that came from you. That you and your woman birthed. Where that life looks at you as a hero. This motherfucker RH got no clue what that is, bro. Really. And what we do, we give our hard earned to this bitch nigga. Like it make that make sense? That's supposed to make sense. And I don't speak kindly to motherfuckers because this motherfucker is quick to disrespect. So it's all gloves off for me. I've been stopped being politically correct and all that bullshit. We grown, man. I don't speak for children over here, and this is not a children's channel. I don't care about algorithm or this, and I'm speaking my mind. That's it. Let it fly. But no, not playing these games with this weirdo. If you were doing noble work these last 2.5 years, that's one thing. But this motherfucker disappeared. This motherfucker abandoned everybody. Abandoned his supporters. Abandoned his supporters. Like real Hex Maxi. I wasn't a Hex Maxi like that. But Post Nation was. Them dudes were 100%. I wasn't. But I respected their conviction. You could say I probably was like maybe 90%. 90. A strong 85. Them guys were 100. They didn't want to hear nothing about nothing. All they would talk about in support was RH, everything RH. You think Richard Hart give a fuck about Post Nation? That's why I don't care about anything he got going on. Because these guys were holding the candle, were pushing the message forward. And what did he do? Show them nothing but disrespect. No acknowledgement, no support whatsoever. But you're going to tell the community about conferences that's being held by somebody who had coins that were launched and he rugged the liquidity pool, took the money, and that's cool. Who did Post Nation rug? So I got nothing for this guy. I have nothing for this guy did music, all this. I always bring that up, and I bring it up because it's important because people forget shit. People forget shit. West made music videos, cover songs, I think upwards of 12 to 15 songs. More than 10. Easy. In a short period, too. Like not even a year. Short period. All entertaining. All fire. Bringing attention to the situation. He got hate just for trying to put the whole movie thing trailer on World Star Hip Hop. You should have seen the hate this man got. All he's trying to do is help the community, help bring exposure, help promote and market. Like this weirdo always talks about he's a genius, RH, in marketing. No, you're corny. You're stupid and old. Let the young people take the realm, take the talented, the real talented marketers do what they do. You see what he does. You see what West did. You motherfuckers showed him nothing, no support. Starting from RH, no support. Well, the community did. RH didn't. Why? This guy was like, yo, I believe in RH, this and that, posting all the post, and garnered so much hate from people who didn't understand why he was just so much of a believer and advocate in all things Richard Hart. And people in his own community, people in Post Shit and Hex were attacking someone who was supporting RH and Hex. That's what I knew. Shit was all the way flawed, all the way fucked up. And you think this man deserves respect? You shit on your own community, call them idiots and dum-dums, and say all kinds of sideways shit. Meanwhile, it's the same idiots and dum-dums that gave you $1.6 billion. Like I said, there's no reason to ever call anybody in life anything more. You got something that most people will never get while they're alive. You got that shit one time, but you're so ungrateful, right? Ingrate. You want to talk about somebody who's selfish and ungrateful? That's him. You don't fuck about a $10,000 you gave to somebody who got the stock photo of your logo for some proof shit. Mr. Provable fail. Nobody cares. Oh, you giving 10,000? Oh, then the 10,000 is nothing to you though, right? But you asking, you could give away 10,000. You could put that shit towards Prove X, weirdo. But no, you got to show sacrifice said because something about securities and all this. Why are you doing this shit now? What happened to the wallet, motherfucker? Why you don't talk about the wallet? That shit would have, even though it would have, I think it would have still met resistance. But there's no talk about the wallet no more. You all the way backwards. Miserable, disgusting failure of a leader. We don't hear shit about no wallet anymore. Nothing. Exactly. Andrew, shout out to you. You paying 10 stacks. He giving away 10 stacks for a logo he don't even own, and it's not even a logo that was ready to even really be available, right? To be used like that. You gotta go through whatever, and he reckless and irresponsible. So you have so much that you could just throw away 10 racks. You could just throw away $10,000. Because that's what he did, threw it away. To oh, look at the easy, somebody made the easiest $10,000. Use that shit for your sacrifice. Use a different wallet, pretend like it's not you. Create your sacrifice or sacrifices live. And throw that shit in the Approve X whatever garbage. Take your 10,000 and throw it there. There you go. That's your sacrifice. How much this shit costs? What? You got billions. What happened? Oh, you don't have billions. Liars, bro. Like, it's something about liars that I can't jive with too, man. Like, I understand people sometimes they lie to save their life, right? But this motherfucker right here, damn near pathological. You know how many, like the internet is not his friend. The internet is not his friend. He's done and said so much shit that has not aged well in 2025 for him. He's said so much shit in the past that have not aged well for him this year. And then wants to spring up another sacrifice, and y'all so happy and desperate for whatever, for anything from him to materialize, and you're gonna throw money his way. That's terrible, man. That's disgusting. Slave mentality type shit, man. It's very bad. Very, very bad, man. Smoke screen left and right. Oh, hey guys, 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months, tablets. Marketing that you'll never seen before. Marketing. All a smoke screen. 6 to 12 months is gonna be a bear market. So what you saying? Pulse missed the bear. Missed the bull. Pulse is a fail. Because when you called out other blockchains and other tokens, right, that have been down to the right for a year, 2 years, right? You called them garbage, right? You called them failures, right? So the same shit should apply to whatever you got going on. The same shit applies to him. Mixed in the building. Clash in the building. Clash says the PulseX sacrifice happened 10 months after the announcement. Let's see if it happens next week. I'm not giving nothing. 10 months after the announcement. I don't remember that. I remember after Pulse Chain Sacrifice launched in July 15, 2021, maybe like September, maybe even October, I heard the announcement for Pulse X, and then that launched in December that same year. So I don't know about 10 months, bro. I don't know. But he's disingenuous, man. Disingenuous. You want to make it seem like your sacrifice announcements is what pumped your market. You're full of shit. And then deletes the tweet. But people, the power of screenshot. You gotta thank the power of the screenshot that people took, right? And they plastering all over the internet like receipts. This dude is a clown, man. He's a clown, bro. Behaving like a clown. You don't disrespect people like that. Like folks that really wanted to believe in something, invest in something, and practice certain things that do with talk about delay gratification and hodl and DCA and buy the freaking dip and all these things, and thinking they're doing something properly, and have been doing it. And then your leadership creates an implosion or lack of leadership, and your questionable moves creates a situation where people have developed a certain level of dislike, disdain, and animosity for him. Like you could see it, bro. More people don't like him than like him. And these protocols, what's gonna be the difference between your protocol and a protocol like BISC that's been out? BISC has been out for years. And I'm not even a privacy head like that. But I'm aware of BISC. BISQ. Back in my Bitcoin heavy days, Learning about, this and that, this, that. Oh, yeah, fiat, on ramp, off ramp, privacy, transaction, this and that, that, and this. We know there's different, people want to add differences and nuance and whatever, upgrade and to differentiate their protocol from everyone else. But yo, this shit right here, you don't even talk about the wallet anymore. What happened to the wallet? Fuck the wallet. It's this. Yo, in less than 2 months, we're gonna enter the new year. So about 8 weeks or so, we're entering 2026, give or take 8-9 weeks. We're entering 2026. I'm saying generous. I'm being generous. May say 8 weeks. It's just in my head. Well, this is the second week of November. Whatever. We got what, maybe 2.5 weeks left, give or take, and then what, 4 or 5 weeks in December. Then it's 2026. Pulse chain open up 2026, and look, these last few weeks, don't expect shit. No green candle. What you can expect is a pre-recorded Christmas video on how great everything has been this whole year. That's what you can record and expect. And how Pulse Chain is just number one, doing so great, it's so superior. Throughput. What you're gonna hear is throughput. The throughput is a stellar throughput. That's what you could hear in his next Christmas video. 2026 roll around, and no real exciting changes by way of money ching-chinging in our intangible wallets. This shit, absolute fail. The DOC and Clash be always going at it. It's an absolute fail, man. That's sad, man. Sad, man. Waste of fucking time. Waste of time. This shit gonna be different. It's gonna hit different. I'm telling y'all. Smash the like button, people. Share the stream. Leave a comment. Bless your heart. Appreciate every single one of y'all that come with respect, love, and realness. Respect y'all. This ain't good. This ain't good, man. But you know I'm gonna talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Keep talking about it too. This ain't good. This is different. Like, he created a new monster for himself and don't even fucking know it. Now you're gonna play these games. Everyone cannot handle stress the same. Everyone does not have the same threshold when it comes to dealing with certain pressures of life. And you're gonna fuck around and keep playing games with people? That shit's nasty work. Somebody already put out there that they need proof of life. They need to know that this motherfucker's alive. Huh? If he want money, that's what this person is saying. Like, if he want money, they need to know he's alive. Because you being extra stupid with it. That's the whole point, y'all. That's the whole point. Like, you're being real dumb with it, man. Real childish. Real stupid with it. Motherfuckers don't know you alive. You're not streaming or whatever. I don't care about him streaming. Never really did either. It was just a thing of everybody, oh yeah, part of the whole shit, 55-55. Because that dude, I couldn't. It's something about his personality. It's just off-putting, man. This shit, and it became even worse when he presented absolute sheer contradiction. That just was like, I can't. son, you might need medication. You're not on timing. You're just off. You're not well balanced. Something fucked up with him. Something's not right with him, y'all. And I can't have the patience to be any type of empathetic on any level with him at all. But what I'm gonna say is this: like, this shit ain't adding up. This shit ain't adding up. Even the people, members of the cabal, ain't seeing eye to eye. Members of the cabal that pretend they're not in the cabal are not seeing eye to eye. Members of the cabal who pretend that they're not in the cabal but fuck with people in the cabal are not seeing eye to eye. Don't ask me how I know. They reveal, they put themselves out there. They reveal, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are thirsty for attention. You can say I'm thirsty for attention when I'm streaming, but mine is just a little bit different. I've just been like on my singular shit, like going on. I just bomb on YouTube the way I do. That's it, right? You know? And I talk my talk whenever I feel like talking my talk. But with them, it's like this whole plan, this layout, this whole strategy. They're going to pay people. They're going to have this plan conspired to pay people to shill because they're on the payroll, right? Right? With agendas. Shit is done on purpose. People you never heard about launching fucking spaces, right? And people, they want to see the lay of the land, right? Some are good with technology, so they create bots that send you weird comments going against RH, or weird comments for RH, or weird comments insulting you. All kinds of weird, weirdo, gay shit going on over here, y'all. Like, for real. Stupid. Dumb shit. Bum-ass psyop games. That's why I don't fuck with him. Like, I can't deal with him on any level. Like, I'm waiting. I wasted my friends and family's time onboarding them to this shit. And I wasted their money. And so I feel bad. And I feel responsible, even though nobody forced them. But that shit weighs on me because I have a conscience. I'm not void of a conscience like this bitch made motherfucker. That's the difference. I didn't take $1.6 billion from people, calling it a sacrifice, and telling people, oh, they could go, be idiots and dum-dums and have no expectations of anything. I didn't do that. I didn't disrespect my followers who helped me shine over the years by disrespecting them. Anytime I felt weird, anytime, and this dude don't act like a man. People want to downplay the allegations he got with Interpol, especially the child abuse. Oh no, that's speculation. Of course it's speculation. Dismiss shit. Of course, dismiss everything, why don't you? You part of the problem. Motherfuckers who don't do shit, who don't speak, who don't say anything, and let shit rock, right? Can easily be seen as part of the problem too. Easily. Not saying you should. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, but know that there's a problem. Know that there's a fundamental problem. I'm not caring about no damn hex. Wasted my time making 15-year ladders and all that shit. And no, I'm not selling them because this shit is going to be an example and proof for him to remember for the next 15 years the type of fuck up he is. That's what he created for himself. I'll be continue to live my life while he'll just be scrambling in a Faraday cage looking for relevance in the world. Sorry to say, sorry, not sorry. Faraday cage. I was the one who talked about Faraday cage. Yeah. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be discovered. Faraday paper blocks out the signals, right? His shit's a cage. In a cave, right? Like lined up wherever the fuck he is. Scared. That's why he said he's bulletproof and safe, because you're scared. I'd be concerned if motherfuckers were after me too. Because you let the world know you got 1.6 billion. Because you want to make everything about you. Marketing and keep promoting and spread the good word, right? But you didn't deal with, you bit off more than you could chew. Because I don't care how tough he think he is. There's always somebody out here that's tougher than him. That's the problem with him. He doesn't exercise wisdom. He could contain a bunch of information that he could regurgitate like a fucking robot, right? But he lacks wisdom. Richard Hart lacks wisdom. Period. There's people in the community that have more wisdom than he does. I've talked to them personally. His diehard supporters have more wisdom than he does. And he doesn't cherish that. That's why the people who I can say have more wisdom than him, that's why we can have dialogue. We can have conversation. Because real recognizes real. You don't always have to agree. But real recognizes real. I talked to some of your favorite diehards. Some of your favorite diehards. And we might not always agree, but the respect is there. Because there's one thing that I appreciate is when I can also learn from a conversation, from a meeting of the minds. And when I could also appreciate someone sharing wisdom. When you apply your knowledge that you collect, right? You applying that knowledge, what's born from that? Wisdom. But this motherfucker is absent of that, doesn't have that. That's been his main fundamental problem. Intelligence is not necessarily wisdom. Knowledge is not necessarily wisdom. Information and all that shit, not necessarily wisdom. There's a difference. When you apply wisdom in your life, you could avoid a lot of problems. This motherfucker, if he would have applied just a modicum of wisdom that was even shared by people in his own community, by the same people who I'm talking about, who are older in life than he is. You see? He might not be in the situation that he is right, but see, this is where you got folks who are, conceited, narcissistic. It's all about them. It's bring your heroes here to die and your people to thrive, like you somebody's master messiah. You can't tell him shit. You can't tell him nothing. But he think he got it all figured out. Meanwhile, life tears that ass up to show you otherwise. Like I told you, man, money can't buy everything. It could help, sure help. But does he sound like a motherfucker that's happy? Like really, bro? Like Yo, you just launch you talk about sacrifice. Motherfuckers, like, look at how you even move. Like, the sacrifice you had before, it took 2 years to materialize. So you talk about sacrifice now. People gotta wait another 2 years for your shit. You're garbage. This is garbage. So I'm gonna add 2 more years to this 4 year cycle of nothing. Cycle of rectum. Cycle of rectum, because it's just shit in the colon, in the anus, rectum. I'm gonna add 2 years, so make it 6 years of shit. What is that? That's a win? You call that a win? The motherfucker can't even tell you nothing. Like, oh, look, this is the timeline or whatever, even though he's trash with timelines. Oh, this and that. When are we gonna, expect this thing to start now? Launch? Is it finished, complete? Nobody knows shit. You missed the audit. Audit. Show me the code. Show me the audit. Shut up, man. This guy. For him, is show him the money. But what he's gonna tell you and tell the world, like he said before, many times. I played it on my streams for many streams. It's not your money. It's not your money. You're gonna put yourself in a position again where it's not gonna be your money? Do you really want to put yourself in a position again when it's not your money? That's not even funny. Yo, some shit's gonna happen, man. Like, we gonna watch this shit play out, and this, yo, man. Like, you looking at a person crashing out, and they think they know everything, and you watching some shit unfold, and you like, yo, man, this shit, bro, like, what the fuck are you doing? Who's advising this guy? What friends do you really have? You have no friends. Yeah, and if you have friends, they fucking parasites. They're not friends. They're leeches. And your enemy, you get this guy's alone. You can tell he's alone. You can tell this dude is alone. What do you have in this world? What, you got 1.6 billion? This is how you live? This is how you operate on the internet? Scared to connect? Yo, let me tell you something. Like I said, man, people deal with shit differently. You know, there's people out there that are way more pissed off than I am. Way more pissed off. Like, there are people out here, bruh. You don't, this is why you just don't know who's listening to you. Don't underestimate anybody. You don't have to eat anybody's shit either, though. But don't underestimate and just be disrespecting people like it's the coolest thing to do. Because you don't know who's who out here. And karma's a bitch. I don't care if you believe it or not. It just is what it is. Like, my goodness, man. Yeah, you already know, yeah. Mix. Yo, this whole cash out anonymously and all that shit. It's all fine and dandy, but yo, you asking for a sacrifice now? Is now the best time? No, it's not the best time, bro. When you did the sacrifice, sir, it was a real bull run taking place, man. 2021, everyone was excited. Now you trying to do this shit, and for it to last how long? You gonna do another 350-day AA lobby shit? AA lobby felt that was somewhat right, ICO style, but it was different. AA lobby. Here's your ETH for some hex. Trade in your ETH for some hex while he recycles that shit. Flush address and all that weird shit. What are you doing? Oh, now I'll sacrifice this. Yeah, we gonna sacrifice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sacrifice. Uh, Sacrifice for who? Sacrifice for what? Yo, 95% of everybody on the chain, really 99, I could say, man. I could say that. I don't even have to know everybody on the chain, but like 99 people just waiting for him to fucking send the chain to the moon. Waiting for him, y'all. Everybody waiting for him to just send the chain 100%. Fuck it. Just say 100. 100% of the people are just waiting for him to just send the shit to the moon. Because people are tired, exhausted, and done with the fucking games. I'm pretty sure there's people that never even want to see him again, yo. Like, you don't know, like, human behavior. See, this is another this motherfucker talk to you about some sci-fi bum-ass book. Free bum-ass book. If it helped you, God bless you. But I was never inclined nor interested to listen to anything this man had to share. And that shit was just from a spiritual standpoint. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but just spiritually, I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with nothing this guy's writing. Because you're looking at him and he looks like a magician, some type of charlatan, right? Some fake soothsayer. But it won't tap into his inner power and gift and do the right thing. He's gonna tap into his inner power of gift to grift and do the wrong thing and dress it up and act like he is the giving fucking tree and that he's out here to do good. No, you're not. You move wacky, bro. You move wacky, bro. I have people, yo, man. There's some. I met some gangster motherfuckers in my life, people, just like everybody else has, right? Some real undesirable people, bro. Right? One point in my life, I had a conversation with one of them. And you know me, I'm like, yo, man, if I have something that's good that's going on, I'm thinking I'm talking, about crypto and shit is good, and why not put somebody else on? Like, yo, man, this could probably help you. You know, the dude looked at me and the dude took a look at like, yo, this is why you don't sleep on everybody, man. You don't sleep on everybody. You don't know what people know, what they could do, and their capabilities and their resources and their reach. He did some research, looked up this shit, let some time go, and just straight up told me. He said, yo, Wonder. I said, yo, what's up? We talking, Crypto came up. This shit came up. He was like, yo, that guy's a scammer. This is a man of few fucking words, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people, like, they don't say much, but when they talk, they drop. It's like they drop a ton on you, like they drop in bricks. When they don't, when people are few words, but it's a serious person too. Like I told you, man, a serious person has done some seriously unsavory things in his life, paid for it too, and all that, whatever. You come from a certain thing, and there's that, this, you can read people, bro. You can tell, yo, this motherfucker ain't it, bro. And me, I'm trying to give a benefit of the fucking doubt. Oh no, he figured it out. This dude is it. He figured out, he was in Bitcoin, Ethereum, 10,000X. He figured it out. The guy just said, nah, he's a scammer, bro. He's a scammer. Flat, just like that. This is what? 2 years ago, 23, when the chain came on, I was like, yo, yeah, the chain launched. He was like, nah, it's a scam. He's a scammer. Because the value of everything went down. The fucking risk I put myself in. Imagine, right? These motherfuckers, bro. This dude don't care about the people like that, man. Like, imagine the position I put myself in. Imagine a position if you onboarded somebody who you love, who you care about, or maybe you don't know, or it could have been a stranger. You onboarded somebody into this, right? Again, everyone doesn't deal with stress the same. And so after you onboard, the people do what they do. They put some money on the chain, come back and find out their money is worth 99% less, 90% less, 85% less, 80% less value. How do you think they're going to look at you? But it's not financial advice. No one forced you to put anything more than you could afford to lose. Should have did your own research. It's that shit, right? Meanwhile, that's you. Doesn't necessarily have to be the person you onboarded. You don't know what the fuck is going through their mind. Where now you have to give them that money back. Is this bitch motherfucker caring enough to think about shit like that? For the people you want to keep promoting and marketing this sham of a blockchain? This sham, poor excuse of a fork of Ethereum? Yeah, shit works, but the prices don't work. You don't care how well it works after a point. You go back to brass tacks. Show me the money. Give a shit about how it works. At that point, I don't even care. Show me the fucking money. Because now I'm at odds with people that I help bring on to bring money to. Now they got, right, issues with you. Issues with you. You're not bulletproof and safe. So catch 22. And this weirdo wants more money from you now. Because he don't care. They say the shutdown ended. Thank goodness. The shutdown ended. The government shutdown for the United States, and they say it ended. I don't know. I don't know if it's a fact. I don't know if it's fake news. But if it really ended, that's a good thing, because now some people who deserve to receive what they were getting can eat, right? Can use it to buy what they need on a basic level. I don't give a fuck what side of the spectrum, the political spectrum you fall on. Let's be for real. Let's be honest here. Let's be human. The end of this month, another couple 2.5 weeks, it's gonna be Thanksgiving. And really, some people really spend that shit alone. They spend it alone. They don't have family. It's a difficult time for a lot of people. And this is when somebody like this guy, there's people in the community that are alone too. You could tell they're alone. And they thought they could attach to something positive with this post-chain hex situation, right? And they might really be going through hard times, right? So anytime a connection they make with people, it just, maybe it might brighten up their day or whatever for whatever reason, because they're alone in life. And they're struggling. And they want to believe in something that's supposed to materialize and bring some untold amount of monetary fortune at some point. And you watch that shit not happen, and you watch how you're still alone, and you watch how you're still struggling to just make it and get by, and you watching this motherfucker tell you he's launching a sacrifice for you to spend more money. How you gonna feel? You know, these people don't talk. They don't see. This is why I do what I do. I don't do what I do for clout. I do what I do because it's in my heart. It's the right thing to freaking do. Like it's the right thing to talk about these things, man. Because I try to talk about shit that come to my mind that I think is important, right? That I think is important. That people should really like maybe meditate over or reflect on if they haven't already, and vice versa. Like this is real life shit we deal with. And on top of that, not only is it real life shit, but like, you mean to tell me you can't ask questions or else you'll be called a crybaby? Foolishness? Little kids? Fuck y'all. With that nonsense and that stupid energy. Because when he bitches and complains and moans, you don't hear none of the people on his side. It's a game. You don't hear none of his minions and brainless zealots call him a crybaby. Yeah. No, we're going to watch this play out. We're going to watch this play out. We're going to watch this play out. Oh, privacy, privacy, privacy. You know how long? Let me tell you. 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 The minute I got into crypto in 2017, I was learning about Monero. I was learning about Zcash. I was learning about privacy coins like Pivx. I was learning about a slew of privacy protocols in 2007 fucking teen. All this privacy shit, this zero knowledge, blase blah, that the folks are trying to throw out there. This right now is just the term of the hour, the term of the day, the terms of the week, because nobody's talking about tablets anymore. This privacy has been a discussion way before I even got into crypto. I didn't keep up with it because I just became interested in other aspects of crypto, especially in DeFi. But imagine, I was 8 years ago. Imagine now, like what's available and stuff like that. So I get it; it's needed and everything like that. But you know, the whole thing about no middlemen, that's cute. That's cute. No middlemen. But the person that's saying no middleman is the biggest middleman in his own fucking operation. He's the middleman creating a sacrifice. He's the middleman educating people on this privacy prove X, Mr. Prove a fail sacrifice situation. He's the middleman. He's the main middleman on Postchain and Hex, the main middleman, and telling everybody in the world no middleman. When you could hardly think, like seriously, like to be able to really conduct a transaction, even over the counter, etc., etc. You got to understand there's going to be a middleman involved, some kind of middleman. The same middleman that people are trying to tell you to sacrifice for. Freedom of no middleman. Games. They want to laugh at your pain. Right? They want to take advantage of your emotions, of your vulnerabilities. But when you're strong, when you can identify between truth and imposter, when you can discern between illusion and truth and what's real, right? You become dangerous. And I implore that you not only become dangerous, but that you remain dangerous, especially when you're playing these internet games. Because these laws and regulations that these government bodies are trying to make you think that they're trying to, create, they have a long way to go. They have a long way to go with these regulations and blah blah blah. I've been hearing regulations since I got into crypto. They got a long way to go. So you're gonna continuously have scamming, rugging, grifting taking place. Continuously. Continuously. So the more you understand what's taking place, the more you study, the more you read and do research and take your time with this, you become dangerous to the predator, right? The predator can't fuck with you. The predator can't violate you, right? Because you're dangerous now. Because you could think for yourself. You could read the handwriting on the wall. You could read between the lines. You can hear what people are not telling you. But these are skills that you have to want to develop. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. God bless y'all.